What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to everybody's favorite show about spicy Pokemon on Saturdays. This is indeed Spicy Saturday. Envious Tales has sent us a very spicy team of Annihilate, Ursaring, and Pyroar, but not just any Pyroar. A Pyroar running Solar Beam in the Ultra League. This is some pretty crazy stuff. Shout out to Envious Tales, as also known as Drewski, I believe, for the submission. And here we go into the Ultra League. Annihilate catches a great lead against the Empoleon. We see the Gallade swap in. I don't love this counter swap. I mean, I guess you had to swap something, but okay. Correctly shows the close combat, and suddenly this, I'm being proven wrong, but is this already the second close combat? I think it is. And going to have to go down 2 shields, but has all this energy. Don't tell the opponent. Don't tell the opponent that there's a Solar Beam Pyroar. Its hair majestically flowing. Gets off the Solar Beam and lands it, and now wins the charge attack priority against the Empoleon. Yo, Pyroar, feel the roar. Dark Pulse gets shielded. And Empoleon's going to invest the shield to get off this Hydro Cannon here. But now you got the 2-on-1 fast break, as I like to say. Oh, and Annihilate is going to love this Scrafty matchup. Both of your charge moves are resisted, but you are double resisting the Scrafty's counter damage, and you are dealing super effective damage. So this looks to be a really dominant matchup for Annihilate. If Scrafty can get to 2 foul plays, it should be able to knock out the Annihilate. But I think at that point, Ursaring can close even if it's a negative matchup for the bear. And you might even be able to Shadow Claw down with your resisted Shadow Claws. There is a bit of a glitch going on. You see that super effective noting, the super effective text from those moves. There's a bit of a glitch going on right now where typing effectiveness is not being like accurately represented in terms of the text that appears above the Pokemon. So if that's confusing anybody why that was happening, that should be neutral damage, not super effective damage. There's just a bit of a visual glitch that's going on right now. Here we go. Opponent swapping a Charmer into a Pyroar. This early season stuff is pretty crazy. I'm not sure why the opponent is doing this. Maybe it's a double charm and they have no choice. And Dark Pulse coming through. I kind of like going for the Dark Pulse here because you're going to be able to farm down, it looks like, even if they call it. And Pidgeot comes back. Dude, this Pyroar just generating energy so quickly with Incinerate. Grabs the first Protect Shield from Pidgeot. Pidgeot's probably going to fire up a Feather. You might... Do you live a Feather Dance? Well, Pyroar's pretty glassy, right? So... Oh, it still lives the Feather Dance. Dude, Feather Dance is so weak in terms of damage, but that double debuff can be very effective in itself. Annihilate comes in. This Pidgeot's a little under leveled too, right? Doesn't Pidgeot get a little bit higher than this? I don't think it gets to the full 2500, but it should get higher than this. Feather Dance grabs a shield, but it's a Sand Slashing back. Oh, unfortunately, this Ursaring doesn't have close combat. It's running Play Rough Trailblaze. Drewski likes his grass typings. And going to throw the Trailblaze here to buff the attack, I guess. Trailblaze, not a very hard-hitting move, as you see. But does get the attack buff here, which will boost up the Shadow Claw damage a little bit. And hopefully Annihilate can close this out. But isn't the... Oh my gosh. Opponent... I guess it was smart to not throw energy. Because if you throw energy, you're just giving Pidgeot a farm down. Okay, double Night Slash should knock out from this range. Has the double Night Slash loaded. First Night Slash connects. Second Night Slash should knock out the Pidgeot, and Annihilate going to take down Pidgeot and one counter to take out the Sand Slash for the victory. Very fun. Very nice. And a nice win there for Envious Tales. Let's go, dude. Battle starting. Who we got next? Annihilate into Greedent. Positive lead once again for the Annihilate. We see a swap into Tentacruel. Does not have a great Tentacruel answer on this team. So going to have to stay in. Annihilate does okay here because it does resist the Poison Jab damage. Shadow Ball doing some big damage as well. Swaps into the Ursaring because wants to preserve that Annihilate for the Greedent. And shields the Scald. Now we're going to see him go for the Trailblaze here. Overfarms by 1, throwing on the charge attack priority. Very nice. Trailblaze should just about knock out from this range. Nice. That's big. In comes Greed. Unfortunately, yeah, Shadow Claw, not great for you here. I'd like to see him go for the Plate Rough this time because Plate Rough hits a lot harder than the Trailblaze. And yes, I love it. Go for the Plate Rough. Attack is 1 stage boosted, I believe. Okay. Didn't do as much as I thought. Actually, no, Tentacruel didn't debuff. It didn't get a move off on Ursaring. Body Slam knocks out. Annihilate will most likely come back in here. Opponent swaps into Gliscor. This is sketchy. This is sketchy to say the least, especially if this... Okay, but they let us sneak through. That's massive. That is massive because... Oh, but they did bait. But you can do 1, and now you're doubled up on Dark Pulse. And getting off both of these Dark Pulses is going to be huge. Because you're going to grab both shields most likely. Now, the opponent should be able to recognize that this Pyroar is dry, so they could overfarm here by quite a bit. And I think that was smart. They throw after 4, so they don't take that next Incinerate, but they might still be in Night Slash range. Let's see if they get off a move against Annihilate. They make a beautiful catch on Greedent. They make a beautiful catch on Greedent. And I wonder if the opponent has some play here. Greedent going to be able to get off a crunch to chip away, but I think the fact that Annihilate will come out with a move is going to be enough to win this game. So although it was a nice catch, not really going to change anything. Annihilate comes out with a move, going for the Shadow Ball, recognizing he has the hard-hitting Shadow Ball low. This will definitely knock out. And that is a GG. Shadow Gliscor goes down. The team I'm currently running is kind of weak to Shadow Gliscor. Let's see. I faced 2 Shadow Gliscor leads. I did my sets after midnight like an absolute, I don't even know, Go Battle League addict. Okay, Ho-Oh. The tough thing with Ho-Oh is it only has high energy charge moves. It can't really bait anything. So it's pretty, you kind of have to shield against a Ho-Oh. I don't love the Ursaring swap. Well, they Brave Bird and their Stangs. That's helpful. And they catch on Cobalion? What were they trying to catch? Play Rough hits for neutral. Oh, the opponent's... maybe they're not lag. Maybe it's just visual. Maybe it is just visual lag. Sacred Sword knocks out Ursaring. But now, dude, you get a massive farm with your Annihilate here. You're going to come out with like 100 energy on your Annihilate. Annihilate completely walls Cobalion. Wow, what a great matchup this is for Annihilate. Just everything is resisted. Comes out with 100 energy for Mr. Ho-Oh. It's actually the Swampert, though. I think the opponent would have been better off coming in Ho-Oh because you could probably shield once, farm down. But I guess they knew that Annihilate would get to double Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball coming through, grabs the final shield. And Swampert is going to take out, oh my gosh, putting it all in the Pyroar. Are we going to see the Solar Beam? He's 2 Incinerates away. If Swampert has to be completely dry from... Oh, wait a sec. Is this a mistake? Is this a mistake, ladies and gents? I think Ho-Oh's out of move, though, so I think had to throw it. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not going to feel good. Brave Bird. Ow! Nearly knocks out the Pyroar. The next Incinerate. Oh, wait. Lagged? What the heck? And that is a GG. I kind of wanted to see the Solar Beam on the Swampert. That would have been a lot of fun. That would have been a lot of fun on this spicy Saturday. Next battle, Mon Oak 7. Okay, kind of a negative lead. So safe swaps, Ursaring, Shadow Claw is really chunking this Gallade. They build up to the close combat. I feel like you kind of got to respect it. Unless you're a savage and you call the Leaf Blade. Yeah, had to respect it. In comes Empoleon. Remember, Trailblaze only hits for neutral because of Empoleon's steel typing. Trailblaze still chunks. Now the Shadow Claws are starting to add up a little bit more. Willing to take the move. Feels like he can still get to a move potentially, but cannot. Maybe he just didn't want to go down 2 shields. That also makes sense. This Empoleon putting in some work. Takes out the Ursaring and now is going to land a Drill Peck onto the Annihilate. Annihilate has been chipped quite a bit. Going for the Night Slash here. Gallade should be at 2 Psycho Cuts. And then we see the swap into Pyroar. Gallade throwing, I think they threw at 3. And they close combat right away again. Oh man, just going to go for it. Just going to send it. This might be the game right here. Can the Solar Beam connect onto the Ampharos? Massive damage strikes. Brutal Swing is going to chip, but these Incinerates are going to chunk, and Gallade does get to the Leaf Blade, but I think Gallade is completely dry, and it's not going to survive the counters from what remains of this Annihilate. GG Annihilate countering down the Psychic type and finding a way to win the game. GG. I just tried this. This is not sponsored or anything. I just tried this Guarana Antarctica Zero. It's like a Brazilian soda. I thought it looked kind of interesting. It's really good. I recommend it. If you want to sponsor me, Guarana Antarctica Zero, feel free. Okay. Oh, do they know? Are they going to respect this move on the Greninja? Oh my gosh, they did not respect it. And that Play Rough did massive damage. Ursaring gonna flip the Greninja matchup here. In comes Ampharos. Doesn't have an obvious answer, so gonna come in with the Annihilate. These counters really do add up against Ampharos. Ampharos is more of a squishy Pokemon. And Brutal Swing connects, hitting for neutral damage. Going straight for the Shadow Ball. Wants that shield advantage for Pyro. Either you knock it out, or you get the shield advantage. Shadow Ball does get shielded. Oh, actually going to shield the Annihilate. Okay, interesting. Shields the Annihilate, and we know that there was the Charm Tails, right? So, has a really dominant matchup here. Doesn't really need to shield, in my opinion, but going to respect the Psyshock. Okay, that makes sense. You know, I take it back. Maybe a Psyshock from a Shadow A9 would do more than like a Brutal Swing. And going to get off the Dark Pulse here. Dark Pulse won't quite knock out. Oh, they actually take it. And going to throw back-to-back. I think at this point, you might have been better off just committing to fast move damage. Unless the Ape has a move that I'm not aware of. Nice overfarm by the opponent. Do they have 2 moves? Do they have 2 moves? Thunder Punch knocks out. They don't have 2 moves. So I think throwing that second Dark Pulse after they took the first was a bit of a mistake. But it worked out anyway, so nicely done. And searching for the next opponent. I think this might be the final battle of the video. Here we go. Spicy Saturday. Let's end on a positive note. Annihilate into Tapu Fini. A bit of a core breaker. The swap out. I don't love the swap out just because if they like had an answer for Ursaring, you're kind of fortunate here as the Trailblaze gets off. Is this going to connect? Oh, they weren't expecting it. They were not expecting the Trailblaze. But, like, let's say they had an Ursaring answer, then the Tapu would have been a big problem for the remainder of the team. They eventually swap in Drapion. Now going to go for the Play Rough. Play Rough is a fairly hard-hitting move. Man, big damage to the Shadow Drapion. Ursaring going to try and get to another move here. Crunch should just about knock out, I would think. Knocks out the Big Bear. Probably come in and farm with Annihilate. You're only worried about a Crunch here, which will hit for neutral. Probably do like 40% or so to this Annihilate. Let's see. Oh, they go for Sludge Bomb. That's the wrong move. It didn't show, but that was not very effective. And what is going to come in? Is it going to be the Tapu Fini? Tapu Fini would be great to come in here. Because you can get rid of this thing now with Annihilate. And Pyroar, hopefully, is going to have a great matchup in the back once you get rid of the Water type. Just going to let it go. Going to save that final shield. Oh, Surf. So lives it. Oh, baby. This looks pretty dang good. Remember, Pyroar has a sub-normal typing as well. So these Shadow Claws and the Shadow Ball are heavily resisted. And it totally walls off the Trevenant like his little brother, Litleo. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.